Greetings everyone, Stellion Francis 60 here, and we're doing another battle report. This time, Team Yankee, Oil Wars, and we're gonna do the Iran-Iraq War. And here's the formation of Iraqi T-62-4s, around 11 of them, a formation. He has a spandrel anti-tank vehicles. AMX, I believe that's the Ronald, and AMX artillery system, and with a spotter. My opponent's gonna play that. He will have we'll be trying a different thing with reinforcements, and he will have a MiG-23, Gazelle, a flight of Gazelle, and Mi-24s, and T-72 with BMP support and some VCR French anti-tank vehicle on Shelkas. He will have the T-72 Republican Guard as a reserve coming in. They will arrive around turn 3, in the middle of the turn. So, and as for me, I will play the Iranians. I will have a formation of, I'll have a 2 formation, make it 3 actually. I have a M60 over here, minimum force, a Bashid formation with T-62 tank battalions and a group of T-55s. I believe this is the Scorpion light tank and some TOW anti-jig. Oh no, recoilless anti-jeeps, anti-tank jeeps. And for reinforcements, I will have a shifting formation with MM-113s, regular troops, and a recoilless one, and ZAS or something, the 57 anti-air battery. And for over here, I also have another anti-air here, the Shelkas, and a Paladin artillery system, and an observer. So, story goes in here is the Iranians were, actually the Iraqis were gonna make an offensive move, but didn't realize that the Iranians were also on the move. Saddam Hussein got an intelligence from from the Western allies, but knowing Saddam, he was just being such a paranoid leader that he didn't believe it. And eventually, an offensive launched by the Iranians came, and they're here to retake this town, especially with the oil field in here, and they have fixed fortification. So Saddam's rushing all his forces to defense in here. If the Iranians manage to get this town, they can push them off and probably take Iraq in the near future battle. So this is the middle of the 1980s. Iran-Iraq war is in the height of it. This is just our initial force. We will see for deployment. Here we go again. Well, deployment is over, and he deployed his T-62 tank formation over there, and his BTR 60s are following in. He moved this BTR observer over there, and his spandrel anti-tank, and his AMX self-propelled artillery, and his anti-air vehicles. As for me, I deployed my artillery Shilkas in where they're gonna be supposed to be. My recoilless jeeps and Scorpions are gonna, and M60 are right there, and here's my T-64 tank battalions. And I'm gonna deploy my Bashids once my turn comes in. We're gonna roll for aircraft because he goes first, so we'll see for aircraft. All right, turn 1 is over, and I killed his one of his gazelle. My Shoka moved in and just teared it down. His artillery were firing all over my M60. In return, my artilleries tried to shoot one of his tank, but missed. And in this side over here, the Bashid formation decided to go. He bailed out one of my tanks, and I'm decided to move in, and I deployed my Bashid troops and try to get an assault as I can, and I didn't do anything. I probably just I fired RPGs on them, and it's still, so I'm closing in with them. He killed one of my stand in return, so turn 2 we're gonna have to do a remount, and we'll see. Let's continue on turn 2. Alright, turn 2 is over, and it got really interesting now. My Bashid had moved in and do some shooting on the BTR 60s and bail out some of them. And my artillery before that took out 3 in the back, or 2 in the back actually, and bail a number of the frontal units. My F4 Phantom came in and just salvoed the hell out of this over here. I took out one of his anti-air vehicles, and I took my M60, I believe, or my recoilless, got one of the Jeeps, the MX, and I took out all his Gazelle. Now we're entering turn 3 and reinforcements, and I gotta go start remounting. Reinforcements are gonna come in from both sides. Alright. Well, turn 3 is over. We decided it was we'll end it now because it was getting too out of control, and this is the result. We brought out the reinforcement at turn 3, and it just went clustered, and I immediately secured the objective when my APCs dropped in there. And by that time, it was getting too bogged down, and our forces are pulled up. So technically, I won the war, but it was just due to time change, like in Battlefield. So the Iraqi security objective, or the Iranian security objective, the Iraqis are stuck in the defensive, but well, Saddam's gonna have to execute some generals again, and the mullahs are pretty happy. Ayatollah is pretty happy. They're pleased with the results. And from over here, I got rid of 2 of his Gazelle and his MiG-23s, and the Hinds. He knocked out a bunch of my vehicles and tanks, and over here I lost a few vehicles and bailed out. My T-55 when I came back and shot 2 of his Shelkas, so it eliminated all his aircraft, and he still have that thing bailed out over there, the French anti-air vehicle. He's T-72. I killed one of them and bailed out another one. The SPs also bailed out. So, and my Bashid did a little bit of damage. There's some still work that we have to work on the assault. So I think this is a victory for the Iranians. So this is DeLeon Francis 60 signing off. Happy Halloween. Later, and happy wargaming.